Hey everybody, I'm Clint Walker. This is Real Estate Appraiser Secrets, and today we're going to talk about the second worst thing that you can do when putting a listing in the MLS. Now you're asking yourself, what do you mean the second worst thing? Did I miss a video? Have you talked about the first worst thing? No, I have not. The first worst thing that you can do, I'll tell you right now, is putting wrong information in the MLS. That means wrong closed sales prices, wrong concessions, wrong data relating to the property. That's the worst thing that you can do when putting a listing in the MLS. The second worst thing you can do when putting a listing in the MLS is this phenomenon that I see, and I'm sure you see all the time, where an agent puts in, sometimes it was no picture, now it has to be one picture, but they put in one picture of the front of the house or some arbitrary image of the property and say, for comp purposes only, and nothing else. There is nothing less helpful than that information, or that lack of information. When your appraiser or even your fellow agents are trying to comp their properties, simply seeing the sales price and the price per square foot and one arbitrary image of the property tells them nothing about that property or how to compare it to the place they're trying to list or the place they're trying to appraise. From an appraiser standpoint, we really need a lot more information. And I know it takes time to fill out all those data fields in the MLS, and that when you've done a great thing for your client and sold this property off market, which sincerely, that impresses me, because that means you've got great connections and you're doing a great job with your own personal marketing. But the rest of us really need that information on the MLS to do our clients the best work for our clients and do our best jobs. As an appraiser, I would love pictures of every single room. Every appraiser would love pictures of every single room, so we can see the condition inside that house. So we can see, are there hardwood floors everywhere? Is there carpet everywhere? Is there a lot of wood trim, decorative wood trim, and things like that? Like, we need to see those details. A picture is truly worth 1,000 words, and just throwing some more pictures in there will save you getting phone calls from grouchy appraisers asking you lots of questions that you don't have time to answer, and we don't have time to call and ask you. We really need pictures of the backyard to see what's going on back there. Are there, how many patios, how many decks are there? What's the quality of the deck back there? Because, there are companies in town who are doing covered patios that are tens of thousands of dollars because they're baller, man. And we need to be able to see if this house has got that. When an appraiser looks at this, all of these little components start to explain to us why the house sold for what it sold for. And if we're going to give the place we're appraising a fair shake on our opinion of value for their house, we need to know the details of your listing and what all was in there. Things that make a difference. Interior pictures to show us the quality and the condition of the interior. Vital information. Pictures of the backyard to show us, is there a pool back there? Is it an above ground pool or an in-ground pool? And I think I've done a video on the different value propositions of those things. Whether there's decking, patios, fences, what else goes on in the backyard? Putting greens, all the cool stuff that people are now putting in their houses in Middle Tennessee. We need to know about that stuff. So please, you've done a great job. You've sold this place off market and never made it to the MLS. Resist the urge to just throw some random picture on the MLS with zero information and say, for comp purposes only, and give your fellow agents as much information as you can in the form of pictures, and you will be making real estate a better place. To that end, there is also, sort of a related phenomenon where people are putting the house in the MLS, it's getting sold, And then for privacy purposes, they're removing all the pictures. This is putting all of your colleagues and appraisers in the exact same position as the for comp purposes only listing. I learned from another agent recently that you can go in the listing and apparently turn off the syndication option in your listing, and that will stop the property. You can do this after the sale or before you set it to closed. I think check, call RealTrax or whoever your MLS is and verify this. But if this is true, and I suspect it is, this is really, really great information. Turn off syndication, and that will make it so only people using RealTrax, or maybe even only agents, can see the interior pictures of that property. It won't go to Zillow and the other syndication outlets anymore. Hopefully that would be sort of a compromise with your client so that you could preserve the historical data and integrity of our MLS for data purposes, and also protect their privacy if they're concerned about that. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Hope you are having a great week. If I can be of service to you doing professional measurements or full appraisals or desktop appraisals or consultations, please go to appraiserpool.com and you can book me or call me. Love to help you any way we can. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.